So again, as I previously mentioned about the previous technique with the omoplata into the guillotine, I like to attach one submission to another. So my first omoplata was strong enough to sweep somebody, to impact them, to win a roll, but it obviously wasn't strong enough to finish. So what I like to do now is use my omoplata to transition to another omoplata. That'll allow me to switch sides if I want. I can kind of slow things down. I can also try to use that transition from one into the other to tighten things up, to make them a little bit more impacting submission-wise rather than wanting to make someone roll. But since I know how James is going to roll and get up, you're greatly going to be able to slow things down and see how the body's actually moving to be able to incorporate other submissions. So for me, because of the way James is going to get up, you're going to see the way he detaches his arm to try and sit up, that you actually can re-omoplata to the other side. So that opportunity for the guillotine is there if you want it, the loop choke is there if you want it, and if you'd like to just play a heavy omoplata game, you can literally just go from omoplata to omoplata back and forth. So like I said, this is a good way to connect and bridge things, but I'm trying to use that bridge to make sure that my next omoplata is always stronger than the previous. So I'm in my omoplata position. James is going to roll, and I'm controlling his elbow once again. So I knew, obviously, talking about the previous technique, that once I keep his elbow up, he's unable to come up facing me. He can only go back to the omoplata. I'm not worried about that. I'll keep the position. So once I start to keep his elbow up and I start to move away, if you watch, when James starts to get up, this arm is always shooting. There's space between his elbow and his ribs. If his arm was in, he could still get up, but it's a lot harder because the space there is, he doesn't have as much mobility with his body. He's going to over-exaggerate because of the struggle of trying to sit up. Maybe once or twice he'll start to slow his arm and try to keep it in more, but he won't be able to get up as fast, which means you'll be able to attack the guillotine even more, stronger. So usually when I'm here, people go from trying to struggle into exploding to get up. So I'm understanding and seeing that space of the elbow between the ribs. Remember, I'm slowing him down by controlling this elbow, by keeping the elbow on the mat, realizing that he's got to drop his elbow down and start pulling it up to truly get out. So I've only got a specific window of time there. I'm controlling how fast it goes, but you must act inside that window. So once I did a hip escape, I got away and I can see James getting up. I literally see that arm. So I'm instantly already pulling that arm. Depending on what grips you like, I can start pulling him into that hip for that underhook. My knee is still over top of his arm. It's not inside. He's not passing this leg. It's over top of his arm. I can now use that to start hip escaping away and going back to my omoplata. Literally, I can sit up again. James can roll. I'm back into my position again. So once I'm here, literally, James can be doing the same exact thing. I hip escape away. He starts coming up. I see that arm, and I rip right for the omoplata again. So what you want to be using this understanding for is that if you were truly on bottom, how would you be getting up? You would see that if you're flat on your back, you're going to have to commit to one side. They're picking a bottom leg, a bottom elbow. He's going to be trying to turn his hips, turn his shoulders to get up. He's going to give you the opportunity to showing you his neck and his arm. Like I said, depending on what grips you like in omoplata, how you like to finish, I would be using this time to finding that situation. Maybe you want to grab the sleeve and grab the collar, so as you pull him in, you're into a different type of grip sequence. Maybe you want to talk about instantly rolling through back over again and lacing a leg, whatever it may be. But you're using this opportunity to truly slow him down. You can build advantages if that's what you're into. You can also understand that you can connect into a deeper, more stronger omoplata, and all at the same time while James is constantly in a state of defense.